Hello.
Hello, is Brett there, please?
Hey, how are you, mate? It's Brett here.
Oh, Brett, hi, it's Brendan here from metalradio.co.nz. How are you?
Good, thanks, mate. Yourself?
Not too bad. I've got a couple of guys here with me as well. I've got Max.
Hello.
And I've got Jason.
Hello.
Good. How are you, boys?
How are you doing?
Good.
Now, we are calling... are you ready to go? You're refreshed?
Yeah, it's refreshed as I'm going to be today, I think.
All good, man. So, tell us, you guys are coming over very soon for the concert with Asking Alexandra here in New Zealand.
Yeah.
You guys been over before?
No, it'll be the first time, so we're very much looking forward to it. See your beautiful country.
You've never been to New Zealand?
Never.
Even I've been to Australia.
Sorry?
Even I've been to Australia.
Yeah, sorry. My bad.
Whereabouts?
Oh, you'll love it. You'll love it.
What-
It's a great country.
What part of Australia are you guys from?
We're Sydney-based band.
Choice. How long has the band been together?
I think we've been going for about just over 8 years, I think, now.
So that's quite a
bit
while.
long in the tooth.
Just to give you a bit of perspective, us three were all these old school metalheads. So
Oh, nice.
we're the old school 80s headbangers. And I gotta
You're
say,
making me feel old, mate.
we've missed
You know?
out on
Stop it.
We've missed out on the new sound. We've missed out on the melodic metalcore, the grindcore, the what have you core, the everything
once
core.
again, let's not generalize there, all
Oh,
right?
you haven't
Because-
missed out on it.
No, I've been listening to that stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that stuff. It's, you know,
There's too much core, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Where do you go?
Too many cores.
Where do you come from? And like, what sounds inspired you to make music?
My first kind of introduction to like alternative sort of music, I guess, was like Pennywise and all that kind of stuff, and then that kind of led me down a path into like heavier, faster sort of music, and then I guess the real change for me would have been like when Korn's first record came out and just pretty much blew everyone away, and ever since then I've been a fan of heavy music, especially the kind of new metal stuff that happened in the early 90s, because I'm in my 30s now, so that was my kind of era, and Slipknot, etc. But yeah, that's what kind of inspired me to get into singing and whatnot, and start a band all those years ago.
All right. Well, Max thinks that you think In Flames has got
I
a
think
lot
In
to
Flames-
do with the newer styles, the newer genres.
I personally, I personally think that In Flames
the granddaddies
got a lot to do with these new styles, genres.
Yeah, that's
within
the
it.
kind of metal sound definitely infected a lot of bands, and definitely gave a lot of bands these days their sort of initial flavour. I definitely agree there. They were kind of pioneers over in Sweden there.
How does someone in their late 30s like myself make the jump and finally get with the times and stop listening to exclusively 80s heavy metal?
You don't. You never do.
Good answer.
Stick,
Very good answer.
I guess, how old are the people who go to a Buried in Verona gig? Have you got some people who are up in their 40s, their 50s who are attending?
Yeah, definitely. With the last two records especially, we saw our age group sort of diversify. Like, it was weird. It went younger and older, which is never a bad thing, I guess. But yeah, like we find ourselves, with 40, 50-year-olds up the front headbanging along, and then, there's 15, 16-year-old kids at other shows. So it's quite bizarre. But I mean, if they like it, they like it. I guess you just got to go with the flow.
I would like to ask, where did the name come from? Name of the band, I mean. Not your
from the
personal name.
Romeo. Well, Brett actually came from a Swedish.
Nice.
No, Buried in Verona came from the story of Romeo and Juliet. It all
was thinking
unfolded in
that.
Verona, and everyone died and committed suicide and just had a great old time. So we thought Buried in Verona will do.
Brilliant.
That's great stuff. People dying.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, so someone like me comes along that I wouldn't say oblivious to your band, because I've heard of you guys.
Yeah.
Look, I've listened to a little bit of Asking Alexandria, but what would you play for someone like me? What song would you give me and say, look, mate, go away, listen to this. If you like it, you'll be in. If you don't like it, you'll never get it.
Brandon, you will never get it.
Hey, look, I'm always open to new things, okay?
Yeah,
Contrary to what I
probably,
tell you in private, you know.
When we're like together, just you and I.
Yeah, exactly. When it's just you and I do say I'm not really into the new things, but
that's all the honest stuff. No, I don't know. Probably Vultures Above, Can't Be Unsaid, and maybe Hurricane, stuff like that. The 3 tracks off the latest album, which, you know, if you don't like any of them, it's a fairly broad spectrum, and if you don't like any of that, then you're probably not a BRB fan. So
you probably don't like music, then, eh?
No, you probably love music, just hate us.
Harsh.
Oh, come on. We like you.
Phew.
I'm sure our listeners will like you.
So,
Sorry?
So you're obviously proud of the new album, right? Because these are the suggestions you're giving is ones off the new album.
Yeah.
When did it come out?
Definitely.
What's the reaction been like? What are the plans? Are you guys going to get back in the studio soon? What's going on?
I can't actually remember when it came out, to be honest, and that's probably a really horrible thing.
That means time to work on the next one.
Yeah. The reaction was really good. It got received well from, as I said, like a lot of age groups, and definitely everyone says this, I guess, but definitely my favourite record. I wasn't really into our last record. Pretty much hated every bit of it. But
Did you hate it?
Definitely
Well,
Sorry.
What happened with the last record then? What went wrong?
Just a bad time in my life, and every time I hear those songs, it just reminds me of that. So I've kind of just discarded it and forgotten about it now.
Oh, you never know. You might come back to those songs later on in life and find a new appreciation for them.
Yeah,
But
possibly, but for the moment, fuck that.
I think it's quite possibly a way to get rid of the negative emotions at the same time, you know?
Well, that's what this newest record was about, really. Like, it definitely got a lot off my chest, and it was just a really good process, this last record, and I really like the song, so we'll sort of forward and upward from here, I think.
I'd like to ask you, do you read reviews? Do you read magazine articles about your band? Do you pay attention to that stuff?
Not really, to be honest.
Doesn't influence you in any way?
Sorry?
Doesn't influence you in any way?
No, like, I mean, if you start reading all that stuff, and if you really pay attention to it and actually care about it, I think, obviously if you get a great review, it can do wonders for you. But if you get a bad one, can knock you around a bit. So I just sort of stay neutral and don't really bother about it. I know if I've done something good by me, and if I'm enjoying it, that's kind of the main thing. So
what was the reaction from the press so far?
For this newest record,
Yeah.
I believe it was really, really good. The last 2 records, I think, got a bit of a chop, but as far as I know, this record got criticised and stuff. Well, it was well reviewed, but mostly we judge off who's coming to shows and how many people are coming to shows. So
Yeah, well,
if you judge by that, then we're going quite well.
you know what they say, the people who write reviews couldn't quite make it as musicians, so...
Very true.
We got to wrap it up pretty
Hey,
shortly. We're only given 10 minutes.
One more
Max,
question.
so-
Can I have one more
yeah,
question?
one more question.
Yes. I was at work today. I work at the record store, for minimal wage. So there
Slacker.
there I go. I'm not a slacker. I work hard. They pay me fuck all. All right, that's just how I
Sorry,
roll.
I couldn't hardly hear any of that. Sorry.
No. I'm saying I work at a record store as a music advisor. All right.
Yeah.
And I was listening to Meghan Trainor today. That all about that bass, that That
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah. And actually, I thought it was quite cool. So that's my little guilty pleasure. What's your guilty pleasure?
Oh, goodness gracious.
Well, shut up.
Probably Beyonce.
What?
I'd have to say Beyonce.
Oh, I'm sorry. We cannot be friends anymore.
Shot.
You can't win them all.
Exactly. Good answer.
No. We can be friends. I still
Okay,
like
I
it.
got one more last question, then we've got to wrap it up.
Hey, we have to wrap it up.
Yeah, we
You
do,
said-
we do. Okay, so the last thing is, you're coming to New Zealand. That's uncharted territory for Buried in Verona. Have you got any other uncharted territory that you need to cover?
Really, really want to go to Japan. And I think that's my country list ticked off. New
Awesome.
Zealand, Japan, and I've done the rest. So
Excellent.
yeah, that'd be
well,
awesome.
Best of luck with the band. I'm going to check it out. I'm going to listen back on this interview and pull out those songs that you suggested and try and see
Yeah,
if this
thank
old headbanger head of mine can bang to newer material. So thanks
like
very
it.
much for the interview. Lastly, could we just have a quick sting along the lines of, this is Brett from Buried in Verona, and you're listening to metalradio.co.nz, something like that.
All right. Hey, this is Brett from Buried in Verona. You're listening to metalradio.co.nz.
Awesome. Thanks very much, mate. Thanks very much for the
Thank you
for the
very
interview,
much.
and best of
Awesome.
luck. I hope you love New Zealand when you come over.
I'm sure I will. Thanks, guys.
We'll see you at the gig.
Kick ass.
No worries. We'll have some beers.
See
Cheers.
ya.
Bye.
Yeah.
See ya.